The Slaters rattled after shocking ordeal as Zoe takes the spotlight in Eastenders. Still unsettled from the night before, tension lingers heavily at number 31. Zoe struggles to explain herself to Kat, Alfie, and Stacey, but her half-truths only spark more suspicion. Her refusal to fully reveal her past begins to strain the family, with even Alfie, normally her biggest supporter, finding it difficult to hide his doubts. While the Slaters wrestle with Zoe's erratic behaviour, an old face suddenly reappears in Walford. Sharon Watts returns, and before long she's dragged straight into the drama. Though Vicki and Zack are delighted to see her again, Sharon becomes distracted when she notices Zoe hovering outside the Slater home. Instinctively wary, she heads over to the Vic to confront her longtime rival. What begins as a tense standoff unexpectedly softens when Sharon and Zoe agree to a truce, though the uneasiness between them is far from gone. The mood carries into the cafe, where Sharon has a strained encounter with Phil. Despite the awkwardness, she extends a peace offering, asking him to look after Albie for the night, an offer he surprisingly accepts. But Sharon's plans to focus on her family are quickly derailed when Vicky's growing debts are revealed. Overcome with stress, Vicki storms out and bumps into Zoe in the square. Heated words are exchanged, tempers rise, and soon the clash turns physical. Zack and Anthony rush to break it up, but in the chaos, Zack ends up injured. Later that evening, Sharon tries to enjoy a quiet moment and shares an unexpectedly heartfelt exchange with Phil. Yet her brief calm is shattered when she returns to find Vicki and Zack battered and bruised after their confrontation with Zoe. Having reached breaking point, Sharon storms into the Vic for a second clash with Zoe, this time in front of a packed pub. The situation erupts when Zoe delivers a bombshell confession that stuns everyone into silence. The details remain secret for now, but it's obvious that her words change everything. Sharon refuses to accept Zoe's claim and lashes out in fury. Kat leaps to Zoe's defense, ordering Sharon and Vicki out of the pub immediately. Later, a shaken Sharon wanders into the cafe and runs into Ian. Noticing her distress, Ian invites her home to see Kathy, where they reflect on the turmoil. Ever the manipulator, Ian insists that Zoe is lying and trying to twist the situation to her advantage, planting fresh doubt in Sharon's mind. Back at the Vic, Kat and Alfie privately confront Zoe about her stunning admission. Is she being honest or playing another dangerous game? Elsewhere in Walford, Stacey and Lily face a new dilemma when Sean offers them a way out, a move to Brazil for a fresh start. Lily is eager to go and urges her mum to take the chance, though any decision is delayed when Kat and Zoe's heated argument spills into Stacey's home, shattering the peace. Amid all the chaos, Kat makes a heartfelt gesture by asking Stacey to help her plant a memorial in the square gardens for Zoe's late daughter. The touching moment softens the tension, and for the first time in weeks, Kat and Zoe begin to reconnect. But in classic Eastenders style, just as one problem begins to fade, another rises. With Sharon ready for revenge, Vicki on the edge, and Zoe's hidden past closing in, Walford is heading straight for more secrets, confrontations and shocks. Eastenders confirms Jay Brown's departure as Jamie Borthwick dropped from BBC soap. Fans of Eastenders were left stunned after Jay Brown's exit was finally addressed on screen, following the decision to remove actor Jamie Borthwick from the series. Earlier this month, it was revealed that Jamie, who had played Jay for almost 20 years, would not be returning. Jay became one of the soap's most recognisable figures thanks to his relationship with Lola Pierce, who heartbreakingly died from cancer in 2023. In June 2024, Jamie, aged 31, was suspended for 3 months after using an offensive disability-related term. The incident occurred at the Strictly Come Dancing live tour, when he insulted Blackpool residents while attending the event. Jamie had previously competed on the show with professional partner Jowita Psistow. Although initial reports suggested Jamie might resume the role once his suspension ended, it has now been confirmed his time with Eastenders is over. A BBC Studios spokesperson said, "We can confirm that Jamie Borthwick will not be returning to Eastenders. We do not comment on individual matters." Jamie later apologised publicly, saying in July, "I am deeply sorry for the offence and upset my words caused. There is no excuse, but at the time I did not fully grasp the meaning of the derogatory term I used. That is my responsibility, and I am embarrassed and ashamed of it. It was wrong. He continued, "When I filmed that video, I was caught up in the excitement, but my actions do not represent who I am or my real opinions. I have always loved performing in Blackpool and appreciated the kindness of the people there. I regret what I said and am truly sorry." Jay's last proper appearance in Walford came on September 8th, when he stopped in the market to tie his stepdaughter Lexi's shoelaces. Since then, the character had been missing from screens. On the September 17th episode, the show explained his absence through a brief exchange. While organising a birthday surprise for her son Lewis, Lauren Branning told fiancé Peter Beale, "I'm doing this on my own, aren't I? Jay, his granddad's not well, so he's gone to see him." With Jay now written out as staying with his grandfather indefinitely, it appears unlikely he'll be mentioned again anytime soon. Viewers reacted quickly online, many frustrated at the low-key explanation. One Reddit user wrote, "I can't believe all we got was a single line about Jay being with his granddad. No proper farewell, nothing. I doubt they'll recast, but you never know." Another added, "So Jay's left the square for good? Are they really just going to keep up this granddad is sick excuse forever?" Meanwhile, a third fan commented, "Someone on here predicted weeks ago that Jay's exit would be linked to his grandfather, and they were right. At least they gave him that, instead of something completely random." Eastenders confirms Greg's fate, and fresh danger looms. Eastenders has finally revealed the truth about Greg's condition after his violent encounter with Zoe Slater. In earlier flashbacks, viewers saw Zoe meet Greg, in hopes of uncovering information about her missing child. But when he demanded more cash and tried to force himself on her, she struck him with a lamp before fleeing. Since then, Zoe has been haunted by uncertainty, unsure if she had killed him. Her paranoia only grew when she became convinced Greg, or someone connected to him, was responsible for shooting her. After a newspaper published a story naming her as the victim, Zoe feared she had an even bigger target on her back. In tonight's episode, Stacey pushed Zoe to face her fears by checking Greg's flat to confirm if he survived. Though reluctant, Zoe eventually agreed, but insisted they keep their distance. When they arrived outside, it didn't take long to spot Greg alive. Stacey got out to confront him, warning, "She told me what happened, and I know what you did to her too. Just leave her alone, yeah?" But Greg twisted the story, claiming Zoe had offered him more than she admitted. Stacey quickly returned to the car, though Greg shouted after them, demanding money and yelling threats. Back in Walford, Stacey apologized for dragging Zoe there and urged her to go to the police, or at least confide in Jack Branning, still secretly the man behind the shooting. Zoe shut her down, cryptically saying, "There are things you don't know," but kept quiet about the baby. She warned Stacey she'd deny everything if questioned and make her look unstable. Frustrated, Stacey stormed off to the Vic to tell Kat what had happened, with Zoe rushing after her to stop her from spilling the truth. But when they entered the pub, they were met with a horrifying sight: Greg holding Kat at knife point. As the tense scene unfolded, one question remained: can they defuse the situation before it spirals out of control, or is Walford heading for another tragedy? EastEnders airs Mondays to Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. on BBC One and BBC iPlayer.